Yeah, response video, I think, to the Modern Mystic, I think. Yeah, pretty much. Um, okay. Well, I'll just play this bit because it's just sort of irritating.
Gary is a different animal. He's not like you and me. He's got his ideas, and when he's listening to a video, I can imagine that he's not only not really particularly listening to the person that's making the video.
Yeah, well, that's a pile of crap. Really, I mean, I spend so much time listening to people's videos, trying to understand what it is they're saying. And this is just, I mean, Professor Anton videos, I mean, Luddite Returns, all the convoluted language. You have to listen awful hard to figure out what these people are saying. I mean, please, cut me a break.
He's already projecting ahead as to what they're going to say.
Yeah, well, sometimes it is kind of obvious, right? I mean, Anta Kantavad, a guy you often defend, which is really disappointing, to tell you the truth. I mean, it does, diminish you in my eyes a little. But regardless, I mean, what, you can't tell where he's heading with his guilt-mongering bullshit? And what shouldn't I be projecting when I'm listening to him? Shouldn't I be saying, well, give me an example of this fucking guilt-mongering. Show me an example where this guilt has caused some damage in the world, where somebody being enlightened to their responsibility for something has somehow made things bad, has somehow caused something bad to happen. Why don't you show me examples? No, he's never going to do that. He's just going to keep talking as if this means something. And then even the manipulations, shouldn't I recognize the manipulations as soon as I hear them? I mean, now he's on this race thing, and it's like, somehow there was some flaw in Martin Luther King's statement: judge a man based on the content of his character, not the color of his skin. As if now somehow Martin Luther King didn't know that somehow he's going to be vulnerable now if he shows bad character. No, I think he'd quite honestly say, yes, if I cheat on my wife, treat me like every other white man who cheats on his wife. That's right. Treat me equally for my weaknesses and my flaws, not unequally. So the statement still stands, it still has huge integrity, and this asswipe, this fucking punk, this jackass, sits there and talks like somehow, there, gotcha. You don't really want to be judged based on your character because you have a lack of character because you cheated on your wife, like every other politician in the history of politicians, right? Duh. Like every ego-driven asswipe who ever existed. Every person who had even a glimmer of idolatry in the world, had anything called a groupie, didn't fucking take advantage of them, jackass. Right? I mean, I don't know Gandhi's history, but maybe Gandhi even did some of that.
And then projecting ahead as to what video he's going to make in reply to what they're going to say. And
yeah, well, that is just made up crap. I don't sit there saying, oh shit, yeah, I'm going to be making a video response to this saying blah blah blah. No, I'm just saying, oh fuck, another useless sack of shit video where I have to sit there and unravel convoluted mishmash of nonsense just strung together by another asshole. Another asshole put a whole string together of mush, and now I have to unstring the mush and show how, look, there's mush, there's mush, there's mush. The only reason why this makes any sense is because the premise is bullshit and the conclusion is bullshit. The whole thing is made out of shit.
What they eventually say is just about totally irrelevant.
Oh, bullshit again. What are you saying, jackass, in your videos even? You title a video Quantitative Easing, which doesn't even really have a definition, right? Because there's about 4 different ways the Fed can do what's called quantitative easing, so it doesn't even mean anything. People, like I said, how does anyone going to know exactly what Professor Anton is talking about when he's talking about the universing, doing this, or some other kind of bullshit? I mean, without examples, this is just more bullshit, more fucking whining crap from you jackasses. Like somehow Gary hasn't given the argument a fair shot. Like somehow Gary hasn't endured hours and hours and hours of bullshit trying to find one human being that's actually speaking something called rational conversation. I mean, fuck. This is just such a bullshit accusation. Why don't you point me to the video that's saying something? Point me to somebody who's made a video that's actually saying something. And then critique how I totally abused it somehow. Except that this bullshit. Fuck. Yo, fart.
But that's not normal. But you...
Alright, well, whatever. Okay, so now he just goes on to say, well, wait a minute, maybe it is normal because, yeah, we all kind of do that, and we're all slow to catch on, and we're all belligerent and stuck in our ideas, and, yeah, this is a video I've already made, right? I've already made this video like maybe 7 or 8 or 10 times, maybe. I've made videos talking about how hard it is to talk to all these individual brains and try to find out what kind of silly notion is in their damn fucking head that makes them incapable of seeing something so fucking obvious. And why are they so glued to it? And I've made sport analogies like it's like they have the Yankees, and the Yankees are their favorite team. And it's really hard for them to switch over to some other team. The other team has to show real character, and they have to go way above and beyond exceptionalism before they'll give up on their hero. Okay, once a hero, always a hero. Once we have a notion on our fucking head, the notion is gluey and sticky, and it's connected to a whole bunch of crap of our identity and what we are, and all of that's really hard to unstick. And so, yeah, that's a dilemma of conversation. That's the dilemma of argument. But the reason why it's a dilemma is because all you pussies, and that's what you all are, you're all a bunch of whining pussies. Okay, you can't stand any heat of the kitchen because, yes, you don't want your ideas to change. I want one of you fuckers to make an argument that I can't look at and laugh at and find ridiculous. I want you to impress the fuck out of me once in a while. Just once in a while, impress the fuck out of me. Alright? And yeah, you've managed it a couple of times, and the rest of it, nobody else. Point to somebody else who's impressed the fuck out of you. This is just, you do have to earn it, but the only way it can be earned is people have to have the balls to stay in the arena, and they think they can, like you just made this video, you just insulted the fuck out of my 6 years on YouTube, did you not, shithead? Did you not just insult the fuck out of my whole presence, my whole existence, my character entirely? You just basically yobbed all over it, fuckface. You threw your fucking mud, and that's all it was, handfuls of goddamn mud, because even in your own fucking video you admit, oh, wait a minute, we're all like that. I mean, what the fuck is this shit, this useless drivel? This is just, why don't you take up religion and start tinging some tambourines if this is going to be the character of your fucking analysis, if it's going to be this fucking weak and thin. Alright, I'm just going to say some anti-Garyisms for the sake of it and pretend like, oh yeah, the real flaw is Gary. It's not the fact that we're all pussies and afraid to have a fucking argument where somebody might say fucking or skunt or some other fucking word, and we're all going to run for the hills because somebody called us a bad name or somebody said you suck or you're an asshole. But it's certainly okay for me to say you don't listen and you're ignorant and you're unsourced or you're some other kind of bullshit. You can throw all the fucking mud you want to because your mud's in little fucking British packages of stiff upper lip bullshit or some other kind of bullshit, and because you have yours packaged correctly, it's okay to throw your fucking duty bombs. But because I'm throwing just a generic human being duty bomb, I'm just saying here's the duty right in your face, fuckface, because I'm a little more direct and a little more fucking honest, somehow you have liberty to do this whatever this is, this bullshit critiquing. Well, fuck you. Alright, my critique of you is you're, yes, a decent, thoughtful human being, okay, who is kind of careful and lethargic, not wrong word, laborious in your processing of information, and that's very nice and very good. And your voice sounds very nice in your polytunnel, and it's all quite nice. Alright, there's my critique. Except you're a fucking asshole and a petty weasel bitch. Yeah, there's something like that. But what the fuck's the point of this bullshit? I mean, I just wish one of you people could make an argument where you'd actually take some quotes or actually point to a video and say, this video at this time code, you were totally way out of bounds, blah, blah, blah. I mean, I've never said I haven't misunderstood somebody, but frankly, I mean, I have a pretty good record. 99.99% of the time, I'm accurately hearing somebody saying absolute bullshit, and I'm calling appropriately bullshit. Fuck. Fuck. So anyway, there. I feel better. Yeah, so yeah, pointless video followed by pointless video, and there we go. So now that's real progress. Let's argue about arguing. Oh, that's a great idea. You know, let's waste all our time arguing about how to argue properly. No, let's not do that.